This is the plaintiff, Norman Palermo. He says the defendant is his ex-girlfriend, and she went off on him and damaged his boat, motorcycle, and truck. She refuses to reimburse him for the damages, so he's taking her to court and is suing her for the $1,494.78 he's owed. This is the defendant, Loretta Shoemaker. She says she never damaged anything of this troublemaker's and owes him nothing. The guy's harassing her. He left a sex toy on her desk, and she can't wait until this is over and he hopefully moves on. She's accused of taking it out on a guy's vehicles. The defendant is filed to countersue for $2,000 for damaging her pop-up camper and a missing refrigerator.
All parties, please raise your right hands. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leon's now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Palermo, what brings you to court today, sir?
Loretta has damaged all of my vehicles, ex-girlfriend. Left.
How long did you two date, and where did you guys meet?
I go to a senior center here in northern Florida, and that's where I met her. Seemed like a nice person, kind of petite, soft voice. And one of her friends, I call her Miss Amy, was like a mother figure to Loretta. So I invited them both at one time to my house for spaghetti. And we had a wonderful evening. It was very nice, and Loretta and I seemed to have hit it off. And we started seeing each other, and before I knew it, she was moving in. I, was okay with it because I thought, it's working out. But as it turned out, it just wasn't working. It wasn't working out.
You guys moved in together after how? You guys moved in together after dating how long?
Maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay,
much
so
too soon. She was bringing things over here, and my coffee table and end tables were not good enough. I had to get rid of them. We needed to get something else. My TV was no good. We needed her TV. My bed was no good. We needed her bed. My pots and pans were no good. We needed her pots and pans. It went on and on and on, if you're getting the picture.
You can say no.
And I finally realized she's trying to turn my house into her house. And when I finally did get to her house, I realized why she wanted to live here. I'm an old biker, and even old bikers have a feminine side to them, and I refuse to live like a pig. My house has always been neat and clean, and I realized there was a transition going on. So I've asked her to leave continuously, and finally she was leaving. So when she was leaving, she would take all of her things, and unfortunately, was taking some of my things. But at the same time, when she was taking my things, I thought, just keep your mouth shut, Norm. Be thankful she's leaving. And so these were material things that I could replace. So finally, she moved everything out, lock, stock, and barrel. But there was a refrigerator that she didn't take. I had to go to an old trailer that she owned. She wanted this refrigerator here. She didn't like my refrigerator. We had to have her refrigerator. So we got the refrigerator with one of her men, old boyfriends.
You can just say no. You don't have to do what someone says. You're a free man. Like gosh, she made me change it. Yeah, say no.
Yeah, the horse is already out of the barn, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me ask you a question about the relationship between you and Ms. Shoemaker. According to you, you dumped her. You kept telling her to leave, and then she finally left. Were you guys nasty to each other, or were you friendly after you broke up?
Your Honor, you're putting it very mildly. Nasty is a tame word for this woman. There were times when I had to get out of my house, get in my truck, and drive away and calm down to control myself, because my mother taught me that women were brought up, women, should be respected, should be adored, should be treated with kid gloves. I wanted to hit this woman. I had to leave my house and calm down. I can't even describe, and I'm not going to try to describe the type of person she is. But there were many times I had to get out and leave just to maintain my sanity. because
Why?
if I didn't, I would have probably stuck a knife in her chest.
No, but what is, okay, besides telling me that you're capable of stabbing and hitting a woman, can you tell me what it was that she was doing that made you so angry? I'm curious.
She's like a demon. Everything had to be her way. Not all the material things that we had to have, but I mean, in the morning, I would like to wake up and I had a religious station that I listened to. That, no, we can't do that. We had to have hard rock. You're a guest in my home. This is where I sleep. No, I want that side of the bed. I mean, every single thing that we did, everything had to be Loretta. Nothing, she called me a narcissist, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word properly.
That's the way you pronounce it, narcissist.
And that is obviously a man or a woman that has to have everything his or her way. And she thought that was me. And my house was turning into something that I didn't want it to be. So.
Okay, so after you break up, what contact did you have with each other that brings you to court?
The only time I saw her,
she set out to damage your property. Tell me about her damaging your property.
After we broke up, my neighbor stopped me and he says, Norman, I saw your ex-lady friend. Why is she continually coming to your house? I said, I don't know. Why is she? I said, I broke up with her. Why is she coming? He said, I don't know, but I saw her. She got something off your porch. Another time I saw her walking around your property on the other side of your boat. She was there for a while. I don't know what she was doing. So when I come home, I look at the other side of my boat. At the time, it was sitting on a trailer on the side of my house, and the side of it's all damaged. Another time, I'm at the senior center. I'm leaving after lunch, and I go to get in my truck, and I notice that her truck is parked right next to me. I didn't think anything of it. I got in my truck, and I left. When I got home, I got some stuff to put in my truck. I go to open up the tailgate. The tailgate's been keyed. So, again, I don't say too much. Do you have pictures of that?
Do you have pictures of the keyed tailgate?
I got the estimates of the repair bill.
I know you have estimates. Do you have pictures of the keyed tailgate?
No, I don't. I didn't take a picture of it. But my neighbors saw.
Did you call the police?
They've seen the damage. I called the police the first time after she keyed my motorcycle. When she keyed you have to understand, Your Honor, I'm going to be 81 years old in another month or so, and I got a motorcycle that I really can't afford. It's a Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide. I probably will be paying for it till I die, and it's the most important thing in my life right now. And I saw that she had keyed both rear fenders on it. I went in and talked to the director of the senior center.
Do you have a picture of that? Do you have a picture of
No, I don't.
Do you have a picture
I didn't take pictures of anything. Pictures of nothing, just estimates to have them repaired.
Ms. Shoemaker, what's going on between you two?
I'm not really sure. Mr. Palermo cannot seem to let this relationship go. This is my feeling. I have no idea what this gentleman is talking about. It's just...
Well, did you key his motorcycle?
No, ma'am. I didn't key anything belonging to him. Let me explain a little bit here. I have major medical issues, and I had a heart attack on April the 29th. And at that point, I was about a week in the process of moving out of his home.
Of 2019?
Yes, ma'am. Now, right after I had my heart attack, he started packing my things up and start to bring them to
Are we talking about April? I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Are we talking about April of 2019?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
I'm trying to understand why the estimates you're giving me, Mr. Palermo, are dated September of 2020, because we're talking about like a year and a half later. So for a year and a half, it was all scratched up and you never took a picture of it?
So I went to see an attorney, and I wanted the attorney to handle the case, but he said, Mr. Palermo, he said, you only got about $2,500 worth of damage. I'm going to charge you $3,000. He said, why don't you just put in an order to keep her off your property? And he said, I'll do it for nothing.
That didn't work out so well, though, right? There was a full hearing, and the judge found that there is insufficient evidence. That's what happened with the restraining order, right?
Right.
So is your motorcycle still keyed, and is your car still keyed? You've never fixed it?
No, I couldn't afford to. Your Honor, I'm 80 years old on a fixed income. In fact, some people told me that it's abuse of the elderly.
Is there a big age difference between the two of you?
20 years.
Ms. Shoemaker, tell me what you think is the problem. Why do you think that he thinks that you did this stuff?
I'm not really sure, Your Honor. All I know is that since our breakup, Mr. Palermo has done major inappropriate behavior towards me, not only to my personal self and my personal property, but also in the community center that I volunteer in.
So how was he harassing you during that whole year and a half? What would he do when he saw you?
He would make snide comments. He would make just very bad innuendos and
like what?
He would leave things on the table where we sat to eat. He would say things like
what? What would he leave on the table?
He left a sexual implement on the table.
What sexual
at the community
implement?
center?
What?
A sexual device.
What kind of sexual device? Why are you laughing? What did you leave on the table, Mr. Palermo?
Thank you.
One of her toys.
What else would he do to harass you?
He would walk down the hall. He would make snide comments at me. It got to the point where I would come into the community center and I would volunteer.
Give me an example of the snide comment. Give me one example of a snide comment.
Well, I don't want to cuss, but he would say that you're a B, that you're an S, that you're worth nothing. I mean, it was bad. Just bad.
All right. So tell me about the incident that you filed a grievance against him for. What happened at the community center with your car and him?
Well, yes, ma'am. There was a couple of different things that happened to my vehicle. There was damage to my mirror that on the driver's side that you adjust to make sure that people aren't coming. That is totally damaged. I have to have that replaced. The whole side of my truck got creamed on one side of it. Couldn't prove anything, so why even bother? Nobody saw who did it. Nobody saw who did my mirror. So I didn't blame anyone because I didn't see it. However, on February the 26th of 2020, an independent witness saw him hack a nookie on my windshield and told me about it.
Hack a loogie on your windshield? He spit on your windshield?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Palermo, did you
yes,
spit,
I did spit
at her car?
At her vehicle. After
did you
she
lie
keys my
about
motorcycle.
whether you had done that? Did you lie about
Let
whether
me
you
explain.
had done that?
Can I explain about that? Yes,
can you
I
answer
did
specifically what I'm asking? Did you did you lie to the senior center when they were
No, I sat down with the director. I sat down with the director and the assistant, and they said, I said, yes, I did. I said, and if you've never done anything that
according
you
to
did
their
without
report,
thinking.
which I've read their report. I have the report, and according to them, you denied it. Then you claimed it was an accident, and then you finally admitted it. Right?
We talked for a half an hour about that.
You have a counterclaim against him for $2,000, $1,000 of it for damage to a pop-up camper, and the other $1,000 for the refrigerator. Tell me first about the refrigerator. Why did you leave it behind? When you moved, you should have taken the refrigerator with you.
Because I had just had a heart attack, and Mr. Palermo would do things like, he would say, hang on a second. He would come, I would go to get some of my things, and he would say, okay, you have to take this right now. And I'm saying, no, I can't take this right now. I don't have anybody. I have to take this right now because I got somebody at my house to help me unload it. I just had a heart attack.
Right.
And I would come back, and the things that he wanted me to take, when he wanted me to take them, the next time I would come back, they would be gone. They would totally disappear. And I would say, okay, what happened to them?
Talk to me about the refrigerator. Talk to me about the refrigerator. How long did you leave the refrigerator there?
I finally got the rest of my things, I want to say, after I had my arteries in my legs unplugged.
According to you, when did you guys break up?
It was in April.
And was it his idea or your idea?
He did say to me, you've changed, you need to leave. I started packing my things right there on the spot. I left on April the 19th, not with any things. I just started packing and started gathering my things on April the 19th.
I understand what you're saying, that you had health issues and you didn't have anybody to help you, but the laws of abandonment apply to you too. So if you leave a refrigerator there for months, he has a right to get rid of it. The damaged pop-up camper, tell me about that.
Okay, in April, he put the camper up, and I had the camper up. I was coating the roof of it. What do you call it? Like sealing it with a clear coat. And he put it down. I said, Norman, no, you got to leave that back up. I got to have that back up. Next thing I know, he's taking this pole and poking it through the canvas and tore a big old hole in it. And I go, Norman, what the heck is going on with this? Yeah, and this is like during the time of the breakup, okay? And I said, are you going to find somebody?
I can't believe a word out of anybody's mouth. I can't believe a word out of it. There is nothing that is coming out of either of your mouths that coincides with your statements. In your statement, what you said was that he allowed some friends' kids to sleep in it and they tore a big hole. Let me make a suggestion to you both.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, first of all, a couple of impressions that I have. Mr. Palermo has been grinning and laughing throughout most of this. You have been upset. Let me suggest that when you come to court to talk about how someone's harassing you, Mr. Palermo, and you're the one laughing, that doesn't go over very well. I don't know if you've been harassing her or haven't been harassing her. You claim that she has keyed your truck, your motorcycle, and damaged your boat 2 different ways. But you don't have any witnesses to any of that stuff. That's why you lost at the restraining order, and that's why you're going to lose here as well.
Oh, dear God.
You claim he damaged the pop-up camper, and you claim that, you know, he should have kept your refrigerator in storage until you were able and ready to pick it up. But that's not how the law works on abandonment. And as for the pop-up camper, he denies that he did any damage to your camper. So you're in the same position he's in, basically. And I know that there is a lot of anger between the two of you. I know because you've mentioned it about 20 times how you had just had a heart attack, and here he is trying to make you move out faster than you can handle moving out. So you think he's a jerk. I know you've got the anger and the motive to be angry at him. But I have no idea what it is that happened to any of this property because there are no witnesses. They're just the two of you. My advice to the two of you is life is short, okay? And when you are older, life is shorter, what's left. And we do not want to spend our golden years acting like 12-year-old children, right? So you really, both of you, are part of that community center, and I assume that you both enjoy being part of that community center. I strongly suggest that you guys leave each other alone and not say anything to each other under your breath or over your breath or in any other way that might get you kicked out of the community center. I'm directing this to both of you right now, okay? As for your claim against her, Mr. Palermo, you have no proof. I'm ruling in her favor. And as to your claim against him on the refrigerator, I find it abandoned. And on the camper, there's no supporting testimony either. I wish you both luck. That's my ruling.
So, in this feud in Florida, nobody wins. It's a 0-0 tie. Let me talk to the defendant, Ms. Shoemaker, first. Do you think you can maybe not have peace with him, but at least avoid him? And at your community center, you can still go there and enjoy it, even if he's there?
I have not caused any problem for this gentleman whatsoever. I can't understand why he continues to harass me.
Well, as the judge said, you're acting like 12-year-olds, so hopefully you can take some advice from her. Mr. Palermo, let me ask you, how do you feel about the outcome of this, the lawsuit?
I'm disappointed. I hope I never see her again.
All right, well, that's the way the case worked out. Let's see what the judges say.
You've been a more than passive observer of human behavior and relationships for a long time now, for 20 years on this show. Does it ever surprise you? Are you just astonished for when you see for the umpteenth time mature adults acting like middle school children?
Yeah, it's still shocking. And
really, just, I mean, they're obviously really bad conduct on both of their sides, but a failure of proof on his side in terms of trying to present the case and convince a judge that these things definitely happened and that they happened at her hand. He just didn't get there.
Right.
Now, all you really know for sure is he did spit on her windshield.
That's the only thing that had an independent witness.
You, if I had a choice of somebody keying my car or spitting on my windshield, they can spit on my windshield
all they want.
All they want.
That's right.
I could just wash it off.
Right.
And that's very different. But again, security cameras. make a world of difference. I mean, you can get a doorbell camera for, I don't know, around $100 and $3 or $4 a month, whatever the hell they charge you. But it might have solved some of this. It might have actually gotten a look at the boat, the car, whatever was in the driveway, or just somebody trespassing there who might have been up to no good.
So Rita wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, how can I get a divorce if my husband refuses to sign papers and I want out? Well, that's easy. When you file for divorce, you don't need his signature. You file your own divorce petition. He has to answer. If he doesn't answer, the judge can issue a default, and you're going to essentially you may get what you want. Trust me, if that person knows, your husband knows, that a default is about to be entered, he's going to file an answer.